Bo Clark, Central Florida. Bo Clark played at UCF from 1975 to 1977 and 1978 to 1980 and averaged 24.1 points per game as a freshman. He followed that by averaging 28.8 as a sophomore, scoring 70 points against Florida Memorial. After missing the 1977-78 season due to injury, he came back in 1978 and led all of NCAA Division II in scoring, averaging 31.6 points per game. During his career, Bo Clark led Central Florida to an overall record of 88-20, reached 4 NCAA Division II tournaments, was named first-team All-American 3 times, and scored 2,886 points, averaging 27.8 points per game for his career. He still holds the school records for points in a game, season, and career. He has been inducted into the University of Central Florida Hall of Fame, the Flagler College Hall of Fame, and the Sunshine State Conference Hall of Fame. His jersey, number 23, has been retired at the University of Central Florida, and the court is named after him at Flagler College, where he served as the head basketball coach for 31 years. Bo Clark, Central Florida, and inductee into the class of 2022 of the Small College Basketball National Hall of Fame.
It's always tough following a preacher. I want to thank the Hall of Fame for that nice introduction and those kind words. But most importantly, I want to thank God for this opportunity. All the glory and honor goes to Him. I am truly humbled. John McCarthy, it's amazing the last 24 hours. I've never met him before. We've had emails back and forth. But I want to really thank him and the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me. John is Mr. Small College Basketball. And when you think about it, none of us, including the inductees, the players, this tournament, or the Classic this weekend, would be here without John's hard work, his vision, and his dream. I want to congratulate the 2022 inductees and their families. Also want to congratulate the teams that are here. I mentioned this earlier in a panel discussion about what an honor it is for you as a player to play in this Hall of Fame Classic against two really, you're going to have two great games, two great opponents. After playing at UCF in the Division II era and then coaching at Flagler College for 31 years, small college basketball is close to my heart. When I was at Flagler, we were NAIA for 21 years. So all these NAIA stories, I know about that. And then in my 31 years, we were NCAA Division II, my last 10 years. I want to thank my wife, Nancy, of almost 40 years. I appreciate her support and her love. She is without doubt the MVP of the family. I got receiving votes. I also have 3 sons. One of them's here tonight. Dave, I appreciate you driving up from Jacksonville. Dave works for Merrill Lynch, Flagler graduate, CFP. My other 2 sons are coaches. My oldest son, JP, is in the G League as an assistant with the Delaware Blue Coats with the Sixers organization. And then my youngest son, Matt, is the coach at Beachside High School up close to Jacksonville. I want to thank my brothers, Mike, Tom, Bob, and my sister Patty, a family of 5, for your undying loyalty in the UCF years. I want to also thank Judd Damon for coming tonight. Judd is the present athletic director at Flagler and my former boss. I really appreciate your support and your friendship. I also want to take this time to thank my mom and dad who have passed on. They were amazing parents. They taught us the importance of faith, family, and humility. And I know in some way they're with us tonight here at the Polk Theater. I want to thank my dad a second time for being my college coach. I went to high school. I'm not going to go through every year, so don't worry about that. I went to high school in Orlando at Bishop Moore, about an hour from here. We played in the Metro Conference against some of the best teams in the city. Two of the best players were Darryl Dawkins and Stan Pitcavage. Stan and I played at rival schools, but became best friends and fellow gym rats, playing basketball 4 to 5 hours every day. I want to thank him for his constant encouragement and helping me become the best player I could be. Out of high school, I had 4 or 5 Division I offers, but signed at Division II UCF. Why? In the 1960s, my dad, Torchy Clark, so we got a Porky on here, and now we got a Torchy. My dad's name was Torchy Clark, and I'm not going to get into the nickname, but he was an ultra-successful football and basketball coach at Xavier High School in Appleton, Wisconsin. He became UCF's first basketball coach in 1969. He could really coach. Being a coach's son growing up in Wisconsin and Orlando, I had a front row seat watching my dad coach my older brother Mike with unbelievable success for 7 straight years, 3 in high school and 4 at UCF. Today, my brother Mike is a UCF Hall of Famer. I knew the father-son dynamic could work for us too, and I actually embraced it. My freshman year at UCF, we were in the Sunshine State Conference, and it was the first year of the league. Very newly found conference, 1975-76. In that first year, the conference had 2 teams that were ranked number 1 in the nation during the season. The conference received 2 NCAA tournament bids. The conference had 2 players that were NBA draft selections. Benny Shaw got drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, and Arthur Collins got drafted by the Boston Celtics. Arthur Collins played at Biscayne, which is now called St. Thomas University. We, UCF, won the conference the first year with an undefeated 10-0 record. In fact, we won the conference the first 3 years. It was a fun time for UCF basketball. My dad was a coach ahead of his time. I was blessed to have incredible teammates that knew how to win and how to play together. Teammates like All-Americans Jerry Prather and Benny Shaw, and a Division I point guard in Calvin Lengelbach. To all my teammates, I'm not up here tonight without you guys. I also want to thank my dad's assistant coach, Ray Ridenour, who did all the recruiting at UCF and was just a phenomenal assistant. I'd like to dedicate this award tonight, and it really means a lot to me to get this. John, I can't thank you enough. I want to dedicate this award to all the players, coaches, and managers who were a part of UCF basketball during the Torchy Clark era from 1969 to 1983. Good luck to all the teams in the next 2 days. Enjoy the games, and thanks to the Hall of Fame.